The journey of self-acceptance was and is the greatest journey I have ever gotten on. Accepting myself to me means to see myself as deeply human, being able to observe all of myself from a place of loving kindness and curiosity, sitting with myself and walking with myself with accepting awareness that I am exactly as I am in any given moment, always enough, never too much. I am a perfect little drop of this vast universe, exactly in a place where I belong right now. In the past, there was a lot of things about myself that I've always found unacceptable. My attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, known as ADHD, seemed to always be in the way of me wanting to be normal. When I was younger, I couldn't accept that I got hyper-focused on a thing such as my teen romance book or the Sims game, and I couldn't concentrate on anything else. School days passed me by. I didn't want to shower or wear anything but black leggings and oversized black hoodie. Back then, in my teenage years, I couldn't help but isolate myself from everyone. My grades were terrible. When I became obsessed with writing a novel when I was 14, I have been only writing my novel for months. I didn't care about anything else. Everyone around me appeared to be going to school, getting their work done, joining after-school activities, hanging out, and I just wished to be normal, like others. I remember me not going to school, pretending to be sick, watching Hannah Montana on Disney Channel, and trying to figure out how is she so perfect. Maybe if I buy new clothes and if I get cool friends, I will be a normal teenager like her. The thought of accepting myself never even crossed my mind. I was thinking more of how can I change and become normal and good enough so I will be able to accept myself. I was also overweight for the majority of my childhood. I simply could not accept my body. I was shaming myself, trying to force myself to eat less and exercise under pressure. After 14 years of going to school, 1 year more miserable than the last, I couldn't accept that I didn't like school and that I wasn't good at it. So I enrolled to college, of course with a little help of social pressure. And accepting myself not wanting to go to school and pursuing something different still seemed weird and unacceptable. Why have I forced myself to do all of those things, even though I knew deep down or straightforward that I don't want to do them? Because we all have inherent need to be accepted. Every human being craves to be loved and accepted. I tried so hard to become acceptable. We as humans need love and acceptance for who we are, and we desperately seek it in all the wrong places. we try to impress others, or we try to be perfect to impress ourselves. Working hard for our boss to notice us, working for good grades so our mama would be proud, painting tediously to create something great, a legacy, acting all cool to impress a new friend or a potential partner. But even if we get the acceptance of other people, the acceptance of our mask will not give us a lasting feeling of being accepted, because it is conditional. We are not being accepted, our mask is. Our soul craves unconditional acceptance of who we inherently are, and it cannot be fooled. Each and every one of us is inherently acceptable. If you don't believe that, ask yourself who made the rules of what is acceptable in the first place. Our ancestors, who had problems of their own, whose main concern was mostly raw survival, and who lived in a different world. White middle-aged men in suits, big corporations, religions that we were raised in. There is the root of many ideas of what is acceptable in today's culture and in your family where you grew up. And we hold those ideas inside us, taking them to heart, holding ourselves to unrealistic standards of always following the rules, being perfect, not making mistakes. We are not forgiving ourselves for mistakes we make as imperfect human beings. Can we accept ourselves if we don't forgive ourselves? The thing is, we are who we are. Not accepting ourselves means that we are resisting, and resisting of what is creates suffering. Acceptance of what is creates peace. Whatever power you think created you, it also created a person you love most. It created an ocean, all the elephants, your favorite singer, your favorite painting, a newborn with fresh, innocent eyes that you saw in the park when you were taking a walk. None of us are a mistake. We are all by our nature inherently acceptable. And in a way, it's arrogant to think that you would be somehow different than everybody else, that you would not be worthy of being acceptable. That would be silly, because each and every one of us is just a drop in this vast universe. And the universe created us as we are inherently, right now, without masks. There are lots of techniques to accept yourself. Many meditations are described in this book. I love Buddhism, as it is a lot about acceptance. I practice observing everything inside me and observing it with kindness. Even things that don't feel good and maybe I would think a few years back that they shouldn't be there, as anger, sorrow, tension, inappropriate thoughts. I practice accepting it all. From accepting yourself, you can go to accepting others close to you, then others more different than you. Soon you accept it all, and your heart can be at peace. You deserve to be accepted in all your fullness. I accept you as who you are.